Hey, how's it going? So I've been really excited to talk about this awesome new Death Note story. But then, it's kind of old news by now. Everyone's talked about it. I'm a little late. Life is frustrating and I'm busy, so that's what happened there. But I'm still here to talk about it. First, I'll say how I feel about it in general, without spoilers, and then I'll give you a warning to head on out if you haven't read it yet. So here it goes. It's kind of good that it took me a minute to get to this so my feelings could settle. Overall, I feel like this one shot was a hella tease. My reason for saying that is because pretty much every major aspect of the original story is hinted at, but then not used. So, more on that in the spoiler discussion. It was 87 pages of goodness. It was awesome. But if there's not more, I'm going to be pissed. Thought we might need some Death Note in here. So I wasn't aware that this isn't the first one-shot from the Death Note universe. And the last time there was a one-shot, it was to hype up the release of a movie for Death Note in Japan. That's got everyone talking, speculating that there will be some new announcement. That would be awesome, but I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. I have no clue. I'd be happy, but I think I'd be alright without. And I'll explain that more within the spoiler stuff. So basically, if you're a fan of the series, and if you somehow haven't read it already, go ahead and do that. It's free, online, so you can have your own opinion on it. It's the same crazy writing that you're used to. A lot of fun happened in 87 pages. And that's about all I'm gonna say without spoiling it. So, there we go. If you haven't read it, like I said, head on out. I'll catch you afterwards. Jesus Christ. Alright, now it's time to talk about spoilers. And I guess I assumed we needed more Death Note crap, but this guy's not gonna sit up, so whatevs. This is the book I'm currently on. Anyway, in this one shot, nothing happened. So, it did, obviously. There were new, fun, inventive scenarios where the Death Note was used without even being used, if you know what I mean. Minoru, or however you pronounce it, he didn't even write in the Death Note once. He almost perfectly executed his plan until the king of the Shinigami created a new rule, which, that's not fair, but you know. Alright, so like I said, I controlled my hype until the minute I opened up this chapter, and then all bets were off, which ultimately led to me finishing it and feeling like, oh, so he died. So his story's done, Minoru, that is. And yes, they could keep this story going, but who knows if they will. I don't. So my thoughts going through this, right off the bat, I was like, alright, we're right back into it. My boy Ryuk is doing it for the apples. I love it. And after that, it was, why did this dude promise to come up out of the floor? Like, what? What is this? I assumed that this new kid just wanted him to do some creepy demonic shit. I don't know. Like, I was already laughing, and I think the creators behind this series are really good at doing that. I very much appreciate that. Then it's obviously explained why he asked Ryuk to come up through the floor. But either way, I just thought it was some funny Death Note shit. It was a good way to start it out. And then I'm not gonna lie, right away, another laugh out loud for me was when Minoru says, no way, that's way too convenient, to Ryuk about him being the only one who could see and hear Ryuk. Yup, plot convenience as hell. Doesn't take anything away from this story. It's still amazing. I mean, Death Note itself. But then I thought, alright, cool, this kid could be cool. He's relatable, doesn't give a fuck about school. Oh, look at that, he's actually smart. Oh wow, every anime character ever. But he seemed like he could be cool, and as you know, he's dead. Anyway, also early on, we're treated to more satisfying facts on Kira after the fact. Also, this shows that it was only about 20-ish years ago that Light was Kira, so still not too worried about the series getting old. Just saying, they should just keep going with it, but you know, again, more on that later. And then here's another thing. They have a shot of Minoru in, like, negative, and the words are conveniently covering the cropped parts of his hair, so it looks like he could be near or something. like N, Nier, from the original story. Easter eggs / foreshadowing type of shit, just for fun, whatever. It doesn't matter, because he's dead, and Nier did nothing in this. So, But then we hear Minoru's plan. It goes back to the present day or whatever. And what I loved is, holy shit, he's using Ryuk like a pet. He's ordering him around. It's great. Just so fun to be back in this universe. And then I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, well, as soon as Nier sees this, he's going to know exactly what's going on. But right away we get Matsuda. And obviously they know because they can all still see Ryuk. I'm kind of dumb, but whatever. Then I had a thought that, hey, I wonder if we'll see Light's family, which I guess would just be his sister Sayu and his mom. But, that didn't happen. Whatever. Short story. Even the bigger characters from the original series we didn't see a lot from. I did like the addition of some more Matsuda bashing. I love that they added that in there. They took the time to point out that Matsuda is a dumbass. And then I was thinking, alright, shit, now everyone knows Matsuda's name. They were even talking about it in Minoru's class. So yeah, he's a goner. We don't know though. Wasn't concluded. And then, oh my god, now we have Death Note Trump. That made me so happy. Don't know why I didn't see it coming with the pretty much Bush president. Or I guess I should look into the Japanese version of the anime, but at least he sounds like him in the English anime. And then I should have assumed that they'd stay current with things. But that's just hilarious. I loved it. Plus newer iPhone 10s, so series equals refreshed. Cool. No, but they did an excellent job of keeping it up to date and making it feel real with how much more Ryuk had to go through to obey his human master's plan in order to get apples. It was cool. Being as he had to avoid cameras and shit. So I immediately liked how Minoru hadn't, supposedly, used the notebook at all. They also referenced L being mean, so whatever. I'm not one of those fans. I think he's pretty much fine. Just kidding, I totally know what people are talking about, but fuck it, he's L. And then I wondered, and obviously, again, this also isn't true, if we'd get a scene where, at some point, Nier is going to see a picture of Minoru, or maybe someone else that, comes into contact with the notebook, and he's going to stare dramatically, already knowing, oh, this person is the new Kira. Dramatic manga bullshit. And then I finished the one-shot, so it was just oh my god, that was amazing, but I can't believe it's over. It was basically just oh my god, they're such amazing storytellers, but holy shit, I need more. Also, the Shinigami King can just make up new rules whenever he feels like it. Dope. Again, just so much they could explore here, right? That's what makes me hope for more. So there's nothing else that's been announced that I know of, even though I really want to believe that this is linked to an announcement of some sort. I want to believe there's potential, but like I said, I have no clue. I don't want to get people's hopes up. But at the same time, I am fine with Death Note the way we have it. We have the series, and then we have a couple one-shots, and you have the anime if you're that type of person instead. Or you watch both. And then we have the film adaptions, and that can go all over the place with opinions. That's whatever. But the story of Death Note, as it stands, is enough for me, but I totally let the hype go crazy in my head while I was reading this, and got my hopes up a little bit. I will say, I love that the team behind Death Note ended the story when they wanted to, at least I'm assuming. And that's kind of referenced in Bakuman, another video for later. But I think if they were to leave it alone forever now, I'd be happy with it. Now, I'm assuming that won't happen, and at the very least, we'll still get random tidbits here and there. And if that's what they want to do, kind of annoying. But I'm not that person that immediately hates on anything new being added to a franchise or a series that I love. More often than not, I think it's kind of stupid to be that way, even though I get it. I get that initial feeling of, just leave it alone, don't ruin it. But I try not to be that way, and I'm usually not with almost anything. Because I'm always hopeful for the chance that I'll be pleasantly surprised. But if Oba and Obata are going to do that to us with Death Note here and there, just for the fun of it, but it's going to keep being these self-contained stories, I'd probably just prefer not to read them. But now that I'm putting stuff on YouTube, I'm probably going to. So, we're just going to have to see. Here's hoping for the coolest outcome, that this is linked to some announcement, and it's something that comes from a place of a genuine, awesome idea that they have, to create something that will make them happy and make us lose our fucking minds again. Other than that, though, I do think the story was badass. This kid goes, all right, give me this notebook back in 2 years, and then I'm going to sell it. Like, he didn't tell him that like that. But so then he gets it back 2 years later, sells the notebook. It was a perfect plan. It was just so cool and completely pulls it off until the king of Shinigami or whatever changes the rules. But as other people have pointed out, that scene where he writes Minoru's name next to Light Yagami, that was awesome. Iconic even. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I won't go that far. But it was an almost perfect plan, yes. And it worked, almost. But the fact that we got a brand new character design for Nier, that was one of the biggest sources of hype for me. And for no reason. I don't understand hyping us up with the picture of the older looking Nier, leading us to think that he's going to be badass in this one. I had a comment on my first video talking about the one-shot, about some things that I was excited for too. It would have been really cool to see him crawl out of L's shadow, really come into his own character. That didn't happen. He literally admits defeat. Like, after all the crazy shit L and Nier and Mello pulled off in the original one, this one kid comes along and manages to sell the Death Note and completely beats Nier. Like, what? But then at the same time, just that, selling the Death Note, it was a crazy story. I don't know, I still loved it. So that's what I'm saying. With new material from these guys, I don't know, I guess it'll just be a love-hate relationship for a little while. I guess I really didn't calm down enough. I thought, oh, it's good. I took a little bit before I made this video. I really collected my thoughts. No, I didn't. I'm getting hyped again just talking about it. Which means two things. One, I could be yelling too loud for my crappy microphone. Let me know on that one, even though I'll probably hear it after this. Or two, I might not be doing a good enough job conveying that with my voice. Let me know on that too. Still working on all this. It's still a lot of fun. Hopefully, I put my words together well enough so that you guys can understand me. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. It's really fun noticing that I left things out or completely told the story out of order while I'm editing. Other than that, if you've listened this long, thanks so much. You're awesome. I'll catch you later. Keep on being a proud casual loser. The only other things I guess I would say, just for some more updates, this is going so slow. I'm doing school. I'm working more than full time, but it's picking up the pace again, which is nice. But like I said, almost done with Bakuman. It's so good. So I should finish that tonight. That's why that's there. This is Bakuman. This is just a notebook. This is, I guess, to be read type of thing. I don't know if you watch people on BookTube. But yeah, next Bakuman. And then I'll be reading this next. But there's a lot of shit, like I said, that I can't wait to get into. But Doubt looks awesome. I've got both of the omnibus volumes. So I'll hopefully be done with Doubt by Thursday night. Then we're really going to get going. Also, I'll definitely be checking out Platinum End. Because with Team Oba and Obata, I mean, I have to, right? But also, I'm really looking forward to reading some, like, turn your brain off manga. Like, just the fun action shit that I grew up on. If you have good recommendations for scary or funny stuff too, that would be awesome. Let me know. But yeah, I will be reading some funny stuff from my childhood and then some of the supernatural stuff. But if you guys know of like actual good like scary manga, that would be sweet. Let me know. Otherwise, now I'm done talking. This was a lot of fun. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.